What up, what up, what up, what up?
Okay, we good. Alright, we're live. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jose. I said you hear me, hold on though. Say you hear me, if you worthy. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we are finally bringing you back with episode 5 of the Petty Review. I said, what it do? I mean, no, this is not Petty Review. This is Shout Out Sports. Look, see, I've been doing too many of them. This Shout Out Sports with Shine and Donn. Oh yeah, look, y'all see what we mean by that next Petty Review. But as of right now, it's Shout Out Sports with Shine and Donn, episode 5. This is our incredibly too early NBA prediction show with a little bit of current events on the sports side thrown in there. You feel what I'm saying? So say what's up to the people, Sean.
What up, what up, what up, YouTube?
I guess we'll start out with the MLB stuff. Is that your forte?
Alright.
Let you get that popping off for the people.
Right, so it has, as you said, been a few weeks. So we're actually knee-deep in the playoffs now.
Right.
So you had the wild card games.
People around here pretty depressed.
Right, yeah. We'll get at that in a second because I'm a little happy.
Right.
So the Yankees beat the Twins in the wild card game for the AL. Diamondbacks beat the Rockies for the NL wild card game. And then we go into the division series, which is why people around you are sad, because my boys, the Yankees, complete the reverse sweep, beat the Indians 3-2. The Astros beat the Red Sox 3-1. You got the Cubs beat the Nationals 3-2, so people around here are all salty now. And the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 3-0.
I went to high school with a girl who is married to one of the Diamondbacks. That's funny.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I went to school with the girl who ended up marrying Eugene Monroe. But now we're in the championship series. I'm a little sad. My Yankees just lost game 2, so we're already down 0-2 to the Astros.
Damn,
which I'm sure you remember I mentioned before.
You didn't want to play them.
That was the team I didn't want to see. And
how many series did
Dodgers
baseball
versus
playoffs have? Or how many games? 5-game series?
So the wild card game is literally like an elimination game. It's best of 1.
Right.
The division series is best out of 5. And then the championship series and the World Series are best of 7.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So they increased. They
Cubs Dodgers, they're about to play game 1 tonight, actually. Probably like starting right now, soon, actually.
Dude, they just outplayed game 1 and the upper one is about to be on game 3.
Yeah, but we're about to have a day off, so they'll be on game 2 tomorrow. They do it differently from basketball. They play 2 games in a row at home and then a day off, and then they play again. They're not like basketball where they take like 6 days off in between games.
Right.
So that pretty much covers the baseball format. Aaron Judge has looked like crap in the playoffs. I'm sorry, I love him, but he hasn't been playing well. He's hitting like he's batting like .8. Like how you batting like less than 100? That's horrible. So yeah, it's not looking good for my boys.
Y'all been pulling it out the mud right now. Pull out another sweep.
Yeah, well, the two games, the only nice thing is the two games with the Astros have both been one-run games, so it's not like we're getting blown out, but it still sucks to lose.
What up, B? I said you here. You know, we here on the sports show.
What up, B?
You can get educated. We about to cover a lot of shit you don't know nothing about. All right.
Something like that, man.
Alright, so okay, so that's the MLB recap for you guys. Brought to you by Sean and Donn. I said you here. So now upsets. We all about upsets. This was no big time matchups. Yeah, no big time matchups. So it was like everything just went crazy. Somebody's like, shit, motherfuckers gotta lose. So we had, obviously everybody probably knows, Clemson went down to Syracuse. Syracuse, I can't remember the last time they meant something since Melo was there. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest upset in the last at least 5 years, I would say. From a number 2 seed going down to a squad like Syracuse.
There's been a few upsets here or there that were pretty big. Like obviously, I think everyone remembers Appalachian State beating Michigan.
That was that 5 years ago?
I mean, I feel like that was longer than that.
Yeah, I feel like that was longer than 5 years. Like I think this is one of the bigger, more recent ones.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have to go back and double check, but I feel like it's definitely the biggest upset I can think of in the last couple of years.
Right. Then we had Washington State took their issue to Cal.
Right. Yeah. It's just been a crazy week of upsets, man. Like it's like the shock value wears off after like you see so many.
Right, I said we had Lamar Jackson. He went down. I don't know if that's too much of an upset because I never thought they were that good. Anyways, it was just a one-man show. That's basically what they're proving. They gave up 45, 46 points to BC or to Boston College. That's the most they've scored since like 2004, 2005 or something like that. The announcer said. So. Yeah, they're all Lamar Jackson. Hopefully he can play quarterback at the next level. But they're probably trying to make him a receiver or something.
Right.
What else?
Memphis upset Navy.
Yeah. Which
West Virginia upset Texas Tech.
Yeah, that game was kind of heat. Oh man, the announcer went straight savage on them. They was all like jumping and bumping each other before the game, and then in the middle of the field, and the announcer was like, "Yeah, that's the most fighting they did all game long." Because after that, it was just all touchdowns.
Right.
No defense.
No defense. None whatsoever.
That's what the Big 12 stand for. No defense at all.
Right. It stands for you need 12 people.
Need 12. Need a 12th defender.
Right. Just to have a fighting chance, apparently.
Or one hell of a quarterback and 5 wideouts.
Right. Now we got LSU upsets Auburn. I guess they decided they wanted to play again.
Right. I mean, the LSU game and the Memphis game, both of them, they're upsets in the rankings, but I don't really see them as upsets too much because Memphis always usually has somewhat of a surprising program every year. Not necessarily like it was that one year when they beat Ole Miss and some other teams, but they always come out and fuck somebody's shit up, or they always come and tear some shit up. So I'm not too surprised, especially in this Army, like we alluded to before. They're pretty much good at football for the fact of their soldiers and athletic. And the football ability is probably limited compared to some of these other schools. I think that's it for the real shockers. I know O State's playing Nebraska right now. Other than that, shout out to my Miami boys. 2 weeks in a row, coming back. Your boy Malik. That boy Malik out there looking nice. Ice in his veins for real. That boy don't give a fuck. He like Brett Favre. And he'll throw 20 terrible passes and then go win the game on the last drive.
Just to get one good one.
He was like 0 and He was like 0-8 in the first quarter. Then he went like 9 for 13 in the second half to bring us back within like 1. We kick a fucking onside kick that doesn't go 10 yards. The team dude is waiting for it to go 10 yards. The dude from Georgia Tech just picks it up and runs that bitch in. So we pretty much hand them a touchdown. Then, you know, it starts monsooning, which works in our favor. We're at home. The backup running back starts playing like a beast. We get within 2. We miss a 2-point conversion. We figured out the offense at this point, and then we make a drive, crazy lucky 4th down catch, 4th and like 10 up the sideline. The same dude that won the game last week against Florida State. The ball like bounces off a defender. When it gets tipped up, he just reaches out and grabs it as he's falling backwards. Like, super crazy at the end of the game. Clutch kick, 24. It was only 24 yards, but it was raining. He got the kick straight down the middle. Game time. They tried to do a bunch of laterals on a return kick, but it was like an important game for us because beating Florida State how we did was cool, but let's not forget Florida State's main quarterback is hurt, and then on top of that, beating your rival with emotional circumstances is different than having to play a team that is not supposed to beat you when they get up on you. You can get discouraged, you can get down on yourself, you can start making stupid mistakes, pressing, all that type of stuff. They stay strong. Like I said, oh boy, he came out. He had a horrible first quarter, not that great of a third quarter, but in the end of the second and them drives at the end of the fourth, he was all everything. So I'm rocking with the boy for now. I mean,
oh my God, I forgot. Wow, I'm looking up upsets. I forgot some of these upsets.
In the past couple years, or just overall?
Well, not. Well, yeah, it's an overall list, but some of them are recent. Like Georgia Southern beating Florida.
Oh.
That was 2003 or 2013.
I want to say, goddamn. But yeah, shout out to them U boys, man. Still about to be right now undefeated. Good look, Clemson, for taking that L. But I mean, that's pretty much it for college. But I think we can get into this. So it's time for my favorite time of year, other than, yeah, it's my favorite time of year. I love soccer, but not more than basketball. I love soccer more than basketball, but I like to watch basketball more than I like soccer, if that makes sense. But the season is about to start, finally.
It's about to go down.
And we are here to bring you a bunch of very, very early predictions. Super, super early. Can't really tell, but we gonna tell. I think I'm gonna be right about a lot of mine, though. Just to be true. But go ahead, Don, let them know what the categories is, how we gonna approach it, and what we gonna do.
Well, goddamn, Appalachian State, by the way, that was 2007.
Yeah, I forgot, that's what I thought. I remember that. It's that school up north, so I'm pretty sure that I usually remember most of their big losses.
Right. Yeah, that school up north, as y'all like to call them. All right, so categories are 5 players to watch,
Okay.
5 trades.
I like that. That's gonna be fun. I like that one too.
Early prediction for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, what we think will be the seeds in the conference playoffs, and then I went ahead, I don't know if you did this, but I basically just predicted the playoffs based off of what I predict the teams to make it in.
Okay, yeah, I definitely didn't do that, but I can pop it on the fly.
So yeah, where you want to start?
Let's start with the teams, and then go down to the players.
All right. So for me, I've got first seed in the West, Golden State. Don't think that'll be a surprise to anyone. Number 2, I got the San Antonio Spurs. Number 3, I got the OKC Thunder. 4, I got the Houston Rockets. 5, I've got the Portland Trailblazers. 6, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7, I got the Utah Jazz. And 8, I got the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
And the way that I predicted that'll play out is Warriors will win 4-0 over the Grizzlies. The Rockets will win 4-2 over the Trailblazers. The Thunder will beat the Timberwolves 4-2. The Spurs will beat the Jazz 4-2. Then I've got the Golden State Warriors winning over the Rockets in... Oh, actually, I take that back. I have the Trailblazers winning that series.
The Trailblazers
4-2 over the Rockets.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I've got the Warriors beating the Trailblazers 4-1. I've got the Thunder beating the Spurs 4-3. And then I got the Warriors beating the Thunder 4-3.
Okay. Me, I got Warriors, of course, number 1. Then I got OKC, number 2. Spurs 3. Rockets 4. See, I'm taking a little risk on this, but I think I'm gonna go Denver 5. Then Portland 6. Minnesota 7. No, you know what? LA 6, Portland 7, Minnesota 8.
LA Lakers?
Clippers.
Clippers, okay.
Of course not. Of course not.
I didn't know if you were just riding high on that LeVar Ball train.
No, I ain't sipping the tea that one. I support the brand. I don't know what that boy gonna do on the court yet. I mean, he went to UCLA, so that makes me partial to him because I rock with UCLA.
Right.
How I got that, I don't know the games per se, but I got Golden State over Minnesota. I got OKC over Portland. Spurs over the Clippers. And then what I had, Denver and who's my 4?
I think you had the Rockets.
Denver and the Rockets. I'll go Rockets at 4. Then it'll be who would it be? Golden State. What one plays? I think it'll be Golden State and Spurs, and then so yeah, Golden State beats the Spurs. OKC beats the Rockets. Golden State beats the Thunder to go to the final.
All right. Over in the East, I got Cavaliers at 1, Wizards at 2, Celtics at 3, Raptors at 4, Bucks at 5, 76ers at 6, Pacers at 7, Hawks at 8.
Pacers.
And the way I broke that down is Cleveland over Atlanta, Raptors, Bucks, Celtics beat the 76ers, and Wizards beat the Pacers. And then I've got the Cavaliers beating the Bucks. I have the Wizards beating the Celtics, and then I have the Cavaliers beating the Wizards to go to the finals.
Okay. I got Wizards 1, Cavs 2, Raptors 3, Boston 4, the Bucks at 5, Miami at 6, After that it get real funky, but if I'm going Miami 6, I'm taking Charlotte at 7, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, huge limb for 8, and Philly will be 8. Then I got Wizards over Philly. I got the Cavs over Charlotte. Got the Toronto was 3 and 7 was Miami. I got Miami over Toronto. Or well, that makes them 6. I mean, and then who was my 4 and 5? The Bucks and Boston, and I got Boston over the Bucks. Then I got Cavs over Boston, Wizards over Miami, and then Cavs over the Wizards for a 4-piece match up. Cavs and Warriors. I mean, yeah, Cavs and Warriors.
Do what?
Why do you?
The Hawks ain't making the playoffs?
I mean, you picked them. I just want to know why you think that. Because Millsap gone, Jeff T gone, Tim Hardaway Jr. gone.
Yeah, but they pretty much got the same team that they was in the playoffs last year.
Nah, all them people I just named was there, and Dwight Howard.
Were they? Wow, that shows how much I know
about the Hawks. Like they're rocking with. I think they're going into the lineup of Dennis Schroeder. Oh God, maybe Bazemore starting.
I have actually a lot of confidence in Schroeder.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, like he was doing the damn thing in the playoffs. So, plus the East is weak, man. Like,
it is weak. Philly can easily not make it.
I'm not gonna pick Miami. Like, I'm not sold on Miami. With who? Hassan Whiteside and Dion Waiters.
And Dragic, but I mean
they're not nobody.
They only missed the playoffs because of the Bulls played miraculous to get in, whereas the Hawks lost their whole team. So I take the niggas that just missed out over the new squad. But then again, you didn't know they were a new squad.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, either way,
it don't matter.
In the first round.
It don't matter.
They were just a first round sacrifice anyway. So
right, exactly. Like Cavaliers and the Wizards and the Celtics are the ones that are actually going to be relevant. The other 5 teams kind of don't matter. So
right. True facts. Okay, so we both got. Oh, and then in the finals, I got the Warriors, same as last year. 5.
I actually am taking the Cavaliers this year.
Taking the Cavs. I'm taking the Warriors in 5. Okay, so but that takes us down to players now.
Yep.
Okay.
So who you got for MVP?
Chew these chips real quick. Okay. Me, MVP. I mean, I'm torn. But just based off, since we're going incredibly early, based off of preseason performances, I think Steph get MVP.
Really? All right.
Who you got?
Anthony Davis.
I mean, possibly. He's always in the combo. He can stay on the damn court. All right, which one we got next?
Rookie of the year.
This is the hard one. This is gonna be the one to see. There's a couple of cats that I think could snatch it away from people like Donovan Mitchell or Dennis Smith. Front runner, just off of the preseason, the eyeball test, I would pick Ben Simmons. But me personally, I feel because he's going to be in a better system in the long run and playing more competitive games than a lot of these other rookies, it's going to be Jason Tatum.
Okay. I got Josh Jackson.
Yeah, he's a good one. He was my initial pick. Like when the draft was going and everything. That's who I had, but Tatum started showing me.
Who you got for defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year. I mean, I'm tempted just to say the same people. If I go out on a limb, I'm gonna say Hassan Whiteside.
Okay. I got Rudy Gobert.
The East-West Coast versions of each other.
Basically. All right. So what do you want to do first? The 5 players to watch or the 5 trades?
5 trades.
5 trades. I'm going to turn some heads with this one. I got some good ones coming up, man. It's going to be great.
Well, you start off because I need to get something to drink.
All right. So my number 5 trade, I'm going to just come out swinging. Joel Embiid will be traded.
Yellow.
Yo, yo, yo.
Okay. So
Did you hear me?
What's your first one?
Oh, my number 5.
5.
Joel Embiid.
Two.
Kemba Walker.
Joel Embiid for Kemba Walker?
Yeah. No. Oh, no.
Oh, you mean you just talking about who you think is going to get traded?
Right, yeah. I'm not predicting where they're necessarily going. I'm just saying I think they will be traded.
Oh, okay.
Or in my hypothetical world, they're possible to be traded. That would be like shocking. So yeah, number 5 is Joel Embiid. I can't even begin to predict where he'd go, but number 4, I got Kemba Walker. Number 3, Klay Thompson. Number 2, Porzingis. Number 1, DeMarcus Cousins, which I actually think will happen.
Right. Me, I'm going with my 5th person to be Jahlil Okafor.
I had him also.
I'm pretty sure he's a goner this year. Then 4 J.R. Smith.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now that he's whining.
But it also would keep Shump JR's a little bit more of a trade chip. What was that for? 3. Let me see. 3. Brandon Ingram. 4.
Interesting.
3 Brandon Ingram. 2. So this person will be my number 1 if I can't think of any type of. Trying to think of my off the wall prediction. Okay, 2 DeMarcus Cousins.
Okay.
And then number 1, which is my off the wall prediction, Anthony Davis.
You think they'll trade both of them?
One or the other.
Okay. All right. I kind of had the same thing. Like I had Okafor and Embiid. I had Cousins and Davis. Like one of them's going. I had a couple other ones thrown in there, but like I actually think Kyle Lowry will be traded.
Depending on where.
I actually could see him getting traded for Kemba Walker. But
I mean, I definitely could work with Toronto because Kemba clutch as hell, and that's what they don't have. I don't know if Charlotte, if that's the best move for them because they don't have any score unless Malik Monk start lighting it up.
Well, I'm predicting that between Malik Monk and who's the other guy?
Who, the rookie?
They got some.
Or Nicholas Batum.
No, I was gonna say Malik Monk's the rookie.
Yeah, well they got 2 rookies. They got his name Devin Bacon, Dwayne Bacon. I know his last name Bacon.
All right. So brings us to our last category, which is probably the most fun. Top 5 players to watch this season.
Okay. You want to start it off or you want me?
Yeah, I'll start it off. Number 5. I'm gonna keep it biased. My man, J0se, John Wall, number 2, all day. He gonna kill it. Number 4, Devin Booker. Number 3, I don't know if this is a player to watch because they'll do well or a player to watch and say they're overrated. But Giannis.
Right.
Number 2, I got Derrick Rose.
Right.
Because I actually think he'll be the starter by the end of the year.
I can see it.
And number 1, you already know, hoodie game strong. Carmelo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the biggest off-season move anyone made. Like, he's going to come out and average like 29 a game and just wreck.
He definitely going to tear some shit up. I see him definitely going out here and balling. He's definitely, I mean, he's definitely on my list. He's number 4 for me, but number 5, Derrick Rose. Number 4, Melo. I think he'll probably get like about 25 a game because I think Paul George will stay around his same average. I just think his points will be more impactful because for real, I think he's going to low-key become the 3rd option by the time it's all said and done. So his points will be more impactful as that 3rd option with Russ probably getting around 22 to 25 again, like when Kevin was there, and then Melo getting that chunk of 30, that, you know, having some big 30-night games, but probably around 36, 37 range, showing moves he ain't showed in a while. Number 3 for me, Ben Simmons, because dude looks, I mean, every time I see him on the court, he looks super legit. I mean, the way he passes is so natural. Like, he literally makes you think he's about to shoot and then just gets rid of it at the drop of a dime. Doesn't have to look like his passing looks super good. Like when they always say the eyeball test, or it just looks different. Like even like Bron throws flashy passes, but like Ben Simmons throws passes to me that's just like, I don't know. I feel like he'll definitely end up being a better passer than LeBron. Like I feel like that's not even gonna be in question. Like how Steph was like, yeah, he's gonna blow all the shooting shit away. I think Ben Simmons is that good of a passer. Just what I see already naturally how he plays. That when he becomes a grown savage, it won't be a question. Not saying he'll be better than LeBron. I just think he'll be a better passer.
Right.
3, then 2. 1 and 2 is hard, but 2. You say watch out for Dennis Smith Jr. down in Dallas. And then in Utah, watch out for Donn. I feel like he has the potential as a rookie. Like he could easily come blue and just snatch I didn't pick him, but I feel like he could just snatch the rookie of the year away from everybody without question. Like I seen him in college, but I was like, he undersized. It's not gonna translate. It's translating so far, but this ain't the real shit. When the real thing get to popping, if he looked like he did all the way up to this point, he might take it hands down with no question, and he'll fill Gordie Hayward's role instantly, if not better when it comes to scoring. But yeah, that's my 5.
Special shout out to Jokic.
Yeah, Joker. See, my honorable mention will probably be Kimball.
You know, because I feel like out there in the cold winter wonderland of Denver, people don't really know about Jokic like that, but you know, the dude is legit. He's one of the better post scorers, which is kind of a dying art form in today's league.
Right.
And he's actually, I mean, to me, it's not even a question. He is the best passer among the big men position.
Yeah, I
think the dude's passing is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I can give him that. He can also handle and he can shoot. He's a hybrid of the old centers and the new centers. He can do both.
Right. He's like the balance in between the two.
Yeah, his lacking point is his athleticism, but with a skill set like that, it really don't matter. And it's not like he's like Crumb athletically. He's just not like jump out the gym.
He's not a hyper athlete.
He's not Porzingis.
He's not the Karl Anthony Towns. He's not. Yeah, but again, I mean, Pau Gasol and Marc Gasol have made careers out of being good players with pretty limited athleticism. So
yeah, definitely. Their lineup is intriguing though, like because with Jokic, their point guard, he's going to probably be the point guard, and then they got Fareed out there for energy, but they're going to have Millsap starting the 3, I think. And if not, they're going to have Wilson Chandler starting the 3, and Millsap at the 4, Gary Harris, and then they got whatever I don't know what they're going to do at point guard. Murray, Nelson, Moutier.
Right.
They got options. They got to figure out what they want to do.
Right. So that about covers it.
Okay.
Way too early prediction show.
So
we'll be back with another one later on.
Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and hit y'all with if we do way too early, then we'll do, of course, first half of the season at the All-Star break. Then we'll do one probably. Well, All-Star break, there's like, I know it's not 42 games on the head left, or not 41 games on the head, but it's probably like 30-something games left after the...
It's roughly like 30 to 35 games left.
Right, so maybe we probably, after We probably, yeah, might as well just, we probably just catch y'all at the end of the season before the playoffs, and then before the finals, and then we'll do a special finals prediction thing and all that good type of stuff as well. Before the finals will be a recap of the playoffs. I kind of just give credit to who balled in the offs. Do an MVP of the playoffs, all that type of good stuff.
Who did their John Wall?
Yeah, who got funky and who choked as always, like Kyle Lowry.
Right.
Scrub.
Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan.
Every year.
Every year. Openly. They don't even try to deny it no more. Last year they just said you'd be scared of LeBron too.
Yeah, basically. we can't mess with this dude, cause y'all come try.
Yeah, so we also got a few special lineups planned in the meantime.
Right.
We're gonna be doing the greatest generation of basketball. We're gonna be looking at all the decades from the 50s to now, talking about who actually had the best amount of talent at that time frame.
Right. And of course, we're gonna have the true life March Madness GOAT conversation. We're gonna give y'all a bracket of the 68 greatest. That's what it is.
That's players of all time.
Of all time, resumes, PR, legacy, all that taken into consideration. Make these
Plus
players.
minus championships, scoring championships, MVPs, everything.
Everything is taken into consideration.
It's gonna be crazy.
And we'll just narrow that down. We'll probably, those shows will be a little bit more rapid. They'll be the nights of the actual tournament, probably during the tournament, so we can kind of shout out scores and stuff as it's going on. But we'll do it on the days that they go, eliminate a couple guys at a time until we can get to that, you know, that final challenge. See who the real GOAT is by the numbers and by the legacy. When you mix them together instead of try to separate them apart to help out your favorite player. Brown fans.
That's right, because you can't separate one from the other, man. I mean, like, look, I love Bill Russell. Bill Russell got 11 rings, but ain't nobody recently, at least, is calling Bill Russell the GOAT, even though he has the most championships of all time.
Right.
So there's a factor to it of championships plus individual accolades plus your competition you face.
And overall dominance while you was doing all this.
Yep.
Compared to how
were
carried
you the face of the league? Were you considered a superstar? You know, or are you a Robert Ory?
Or are you a Kevin Durant?
Right, aka Snake.
Kevin Snake.
He can be in that Snake conversation.
But yeah, y'all, that's the Too Early Prediction show for y'all right there. Don't forget, if you're in the chat right now, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for us. I said you heard me, hold on. Everybody that's going to catch this on the replay, y'all do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Do what I say and drop them thumbs, okay?
Absolutely.
Done.
Like and subscribe.
As always, like and subscribe and share to anybody that you would think might agree or disagree, because we can always take the comments and argue later. I said yeah. But until next time, this your boy Jose. I said you hear me, Donn.
And this is Sean the Donn.
And we're gonna catch y'all next time. I said Donn, and we are out. Peace.
Deuces.